Milosevic there with his 40th goal of the season. What a player.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Mattov's English Journey, and welcome back to Leicester City, where in today's episode we have got two games coming up. One away from home against Leeds, not the FA Cup game. We'll get into what happened into that shortly, and then after that it's the final game of the season at home against Brentford. A win today in either of these games will qualify us straight back into the Champions League. If we go and take a look at the schedule, where we left it after this 4-1 win against Fulham, a 0-0 draw against Man United at home, and then in the FA Cup game went absolutely to disaster. 4-1 loss away from home against Leeds. The less we speak about that, the better, to be honest. A 5-1 win to bounce back after that. A Milosevic hat-trick in there. Back in the league against Sunderland. We lost very unluckily against Tottenham, in my opinion. We were 2-1 up in the 80th minute and they just turned it around. It's crazy that we lost it in the way we did, but we did. A 2-0 win against Forest after that, a big win against West Ham away from home, to see us move up in the table. We were second provisionally whilst we did beat them because they were second before that, and then after that a very disappointing 0-0 draw against Sheffield United. I mean, we had two disallowed goals. Should have been some goals which should have gone in, to be honest. Just one of those days, to be honest. And where we sit at the moment in the league table, if we'd have won that game, we would have been in second, clear by 1 point. Doesn't look like that's the case at the moment. We've got a tough game, obviously. Leeds away, we've already lost to them in that FA Cup game, which is just is so disappointing, to be honest. Can't put into words how frustrating it is, but they have made the final, so maybe it's not all that bad for them. They must have beat Manchester United, Man United in the semi-final away from home. If they can win it all, then fair play. Sheffield United in the final, though, we easily could have had them. I mean, I know we've just drawn with them, but that's such an easy game for us, in my opinion. We easily could have taken that. Not meant to be in this season, but it obviously is the end of the season and we're going to go again for another one. So we've got that game away from home against Leeds, and then after that against Brentford. I think we're just trying to get the Champions League. A second place finish would be really, really good, to be honest. We would like to get that, but that draw against Sheffield has not helped our efforts, especially off the back of what we did against West Ham. But I guess we just have to go and see what we can do in the rest of the season. Bit of a disappointing end, to be honest, in my opinion. But looking at that, it's not that awful. We could have done a bit better. But next season, we're going to have a huge summer, some huge transfers, and then we'll see what we can go and do from there. The club vision is looking amazing as well. So the board really should be giving us loads of money, to be honest. And hopefully we can, that's exactly what we will go on and get. We're even playing defensively side football now. If we take a look at goals conceded, we have the third least goal or fourth least goals conceded. So, in my opinion, very, very impressive. Let's go and play this first game against Leeds. So the team for this game against Leeds away from home starts with Labrovic and goal, backline of Sergio Van de Ven, Figueres and Stanley. We've got Lavia, Meslic and Letournier, Maurizio Jose on the left, Cuzqueta on the right, and Jovan Milosevic up top with 39 goals in all competitions, 27 in the league. He could go on and win the Golden Boot this season, and that would be... the story for him is just absolutely remarkable. We've got so many players as well on different goals. 15 for Paz, 11 for Maurizio Jose, 12 for Cuzqueta. How did he got all these goals in the Champions League, I believe? Very, very impressive season in that for him, and he's doing quite well in the league as well. He'll be a great option off the bench for us, and we need him today. Very, very important game, but hopefully we can get over the line and go and qualify for the Champions League for the third season in the row. Kick off here in this game against Leeds United. It looks like we've come off on the front foot. This is what we should have done exactly in the game against Leeds. Maybe in the FA Cup, maybe we're not suited with this squad for big matches, and maybe we need to bring in more players with experience. That's what we've tried to do with Van de Ven, for example, a very key player at this club now. Started pretty much every game for us this season. That's exactly what we tried to get out of him, and maybe it's not exactly worked out, not as in terms of the player, but the experience has not really gone through all the boys. I feel like there's been so many big chances where we could have done so much better in this season. It's not meant to have been, but there's definitely that potential there to keep on improving. There's got to be a few signings in the summer we really need to strengthen, continue to make the depth better, and also we need to just bring some statement signings. We're going to have to find some places to turn over money as well, because we can't just use all the transfer budget is not going to come from what the board give us. We will have to generate our own money, and whether that's through some player sales, I'm not too sure. We don't have the biggest squad at the moment to really work with, and if we want to make statement signings, that's going to cover a lot of the transfer budget. We have to just balance it out. I guess that's the business side of being a manager, and hopefully we can go on and get some big signings into the club. That would be a very useful for us, and it would propel us into a better season, from there on. 30 minutes gone. Been a really good start from us, to be fair. We have been really threatening. Milosevic is on for his 40th goal in all competitions. Hopefully he can get over the line and get it in this game and qualify us for the Champions League. The half-time whistle will go shortly. First half, very good for us. 75 minutes gone in this game. The score still 0-0. We have been the better team pretty much all game. We've made all our changes as well. We've brought on Andreu, Celso, Paz and Morales. Hopefully we can find that goal later on. We wouldn't want to leave with just a point. If we have been the better team, we want to get over the line sooner rather than later. And I mean, we look like we really have deserved to win it, but if we could come away with a point, I think that would qualify us. I'm not too sure really. It might just be enough. The score still remains 0-0. Can we steal a late winner here in this game? That would be quite the result, to be honest. Leeds knocking it around at the back. Bit of a press coming on for us here. Milosevic is on that right side. Stanley there. Great bit of defending to win the ball back. Where's he going to go? We think he'll go back to Gutierrez there. That's what he does. The holding position. He goes back to Lebrovic, and now we'll take our time with this build-up. Van de Ven go in field, you'd think. That's where he goes to Meslic, and Meslic plays it into Morales. Morales goes back to Lebrovic. Lebrovic, where is he going to go now? Patience on this ball now. Van de Ven plays it into Morales, but that is a poor ball in the end from our £55 million man who we were speaking about earlier. Now Leeds find themselves through on goal. Wow, story of the season really. So the team for this game against Brentford, final game of the season, we're pretty much qualified for the Champions League, but we still have this game and hopefully we can end it off with a Milosevic goal and a very big result to top off what has been a pretty rough season, especially at the end. The second half of the season, we've had most of our losses. We were like 20 games in, we were only on one loss, and now for the next 17, we've picked up 7 losses, I believe. Absolutely crazy. The team is starting with the Lebrovic and goal backline of Sergio, Van de Ven, Figueres and Stanley, Villa, Meslic, Latonia in the midfield. We've got Jose on the left, Paz on the right, and Milosevic up top. Kick off here in this game against Brentford. We're going to finish 4th place in the league by the looks of it, if unless Chelsea win by like how many goals? 8 goals, 9 goals to overtake us, which that means we've made an improvement on our tally of last season. I mean, the only teams above us. Van de Ven at the back post gets a goal in this game to open up the scoring. Lovely finish. The only teams above us, Liverpool, West Ham, Man City. If we could catch up to Man City and finally win a season, that would be good. But Man City, right, have got the biggest loss in terms of transfer spend in the whole league. They lost like 150 million. If we're going to compete with teams like that, maybe we do need a little bit more money, to be honest. It's a little bit crazy how they can just spend that much money and not get away with it. Maybe, I'm just thinking of a number for some reason. 115. Maybe we'll come back to that number in a future episode for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but Milosevic there with his 40th goal of the season. What a player he is, and what a performance this is turning out to be from us. Jovan Milosevic, he's going to get the golden boot as well. That's another thing we've improved on. So we've definitely improved in the league. So last year it was probably a bit more focus on the cups. This year it's more of a focus on the league. Next year we spend money, hopefully on the level of what these other teams around us have. We spend money, we combine our league, efforts this year, make it a little bit better next year, because it needs to be a bit better if we want to go on and challenge for the title. Bit better in the cups. How far could we go realistically? I think it's very possible we could go on, and I don't know what exactly, but there's got to be at least a trophy in here next season, and maybe even the league title. alongside that, that would be the dream, to be honest. Hopefully, we can go on and do that in the next season, or else you start to think, how much longer can we stay at the club and keep on building? We've produced so much money and bought so many players, but how far really can it go before we we simply can't take it any further? But this performance, I mean, this is exactly the type of football we need to play. Paz there, his 16th of the season, turning up for us once again, just like he did last season. Now it's 3-0 before half time. We might even finish the league second. If we could do that, you know what? I would be very, very happy with that. First half, the score 3-0. It's a great performance. Second half is going to get underway here. We're going to sack off the match momentum. We've already got the game in the bag by the look, so let's see what's happening elsewhere. So Liverpool are winning 1-0, and then West Ham, where are they? West Ham playing Man United away from home, and Man United need that result actually to qualify for Europa League or Conference League, whatever it'll be. So a very important game for both teams. Latournier with the free kick. It's 4-0 inside 60 minutes. This is an amazing performance for us to end off the season. And you know what? To end on high spirits, that is always a nice thing to top it off with. We've gone ahead on the goal difference as well on West Ham. I don't know if that's a thing already, but if they don't win their game, then we would finish the season third. And next year, what is the roof we have, the roof of potential we have on ourselves? It could go very, very high, and yeah, let's just hope we can finally do it next season. We just need to become a consistent team off the bat, all guns blazing, and just go out there and be a dominant force. Our reputation's going to go up. Hopefully, we can pull some better players, and just hope we get some money as well. I don't really like to put it past there, back post 5-0, simple as 2 goals for him. What a performance this is. I don't like to put it down to money and say that we need money to win things, but I mean, if these teams are spending this much money, we have to contest them in some way, and that's the way we're going to have to, by the looks of it, by scoring, by spending, I should say, all this money and buying players who are just going to take us to elite level. And we do need elite level players. They're not just going to come out of nowhere. Obviously, we've got an absolute gem in Milosevic, but players are not just going to come from anywhere. And if we need those elite level players, we need to get them from somewhere, and that's exactly how. Just don't rely on it too much. I don't like to do that, but that is the case ultimately. It's a shame that that is the way it is, but I guess there's not much really you can do about that. I think we're going to leave all the attackers on, to be honest, especially Milosevic. We definitely want to make sure he gets over the line and gets that golden boot. He could get a few more goals. We are 6-0 up now. Maurizio Jose getting a goal. Our Champions League hero. He's probably going to stay around. Although, if he was to get an offer in for the summer, 100 million we could get out of him, I would happily let him go. He hasn't really broken starting for this team. But we have such good attacking depth, so if he was to stay, he would be a great option for us and could easily break into this team. I know I said he should start at striker and he would break into there eventually, but he is just absolutely exceptional on the left, and Milosevic is exceptional up top. So why would we go and change it up? I don't think it's gonna be the case for us. We are 6-0 up here. If Arsenal could pull 2 goals back, we would finish the season second. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. We finished the season third. It's a good end, to be honest. It's a very, very good end. I'm happy with that. We're going to check a few things out. We're going to check out, obviously, if Milosevic has won the Golden Boot. The initial budgets are there. We've qualified for the Champions League. We get 34 million for our third place finish in the league. We paid out a lot. We put high bonuses on for everything because we wanted the players to play better because they know their bonuses are on the line. We finished in third place. That is a very, very good result in the end. Very happy with that. Golden Boot winner, Jovan Milosevic, 28 goals. What a season for him. 40 goals in all competitions. And I think Kenny Coker might have had a few words with him. He is still at the club, by the way. He is still here. I think he's out of contract, but I might as well renew him. Can't be that much of an issue to renew him. And yeah, he's still here. No low move for him this season. He didn't have the best time out on loan, but I'll keep him on the wage bill. What a boy. Them 2 are just absolute legends as part of the Mattov's English journey career. Let's go and take a look in the emails. The initial budgets, what are they going to be? They say 51 million and 2.7 million in we're spending a lot more, 500,000 just this season has been added, I think, in contract extensions. 51 million, not that bad actually, quite a lot more than we usually get. Few sales, and we could be on for a very, very good summer. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.